Start streaming. Pew, 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 pew. Welcome to Media Boat Podcast. Pew, 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 pew. We are the Media Boat Podcast.
Let's get this biz.
Get that. Let's put this up. Let's put Audacity up. Let's get this thing rolling, guys.
This thing rolling.
Woo. Well, I think the point thing's been played out.
What?
I think the point thing's been played out. Let's get rid of the point.
The point?
Oh, yeah, pointing's been played out.
Pointing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like so cliche now.
It's the cliche.
Yeah. It's the big poo hole. Man, you might want to sit up for
I'll
that.
show you some pools. Yeah.
Alright, we might want to get Audacity rolling. And then I'll get us let everyone know we went live,
Let them know that we went
comma,
live.
delayed.
Yes. So yeah,
Maybe.
get that started, and then I'll hit record or get that checked out. More like.
There he goes. It says we live.
Cool. Okay. And did you tweet? Did you
Yeah,
Hootsuite?
We sharing now.
Hootsuite?
Copied. Hootsuiting.
Hootsuite.
What should we tell everyone?
That they should watch this.
Hey, you should watch this because I said so.
Hey, you should watch.
Also, I
this.
saw you change your Twitter handler again.
Yep. I saw a bacon emoji and had to use it.
You should watch this because I said so.
That's good advice.
All right.
Okay, now that that's done,
Now that that's being sent
let's
out
hit
now.
record.
Let's hit record. Remember to put in the introduction.
Did the wrong microphone.
No, you didn't.
So it says built-in microphone.
Oh.
How do
Oops.
I delete this crap?
Hit the X. Delete. Just hit delete. Hit your X.
Why hello?
That is low.
Why hello?
Hello. That is low still.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. This is how it's been for the last couple weeks.
I haven't been listening to the audio version. I've been listening
It is
to
very
the
quiet.
video version.
It is very quiet. Do you want us to push this to
Push
the top?
that up, yeah.
And see if it makes a difference?
That's going to make a difference.
Oh, yeah, that's going to really make a difference. In fact, we maybe
Hold on,
want to turn that down a little bit.
Well, let's not just do that, but let's just stop.
Let's just, delete everything.
Delete.
Delete everything.
Delete.
Let's test.
Put that at 85. There.
Yeah,
Okay,
let's try this now.
That's good.
Yeah, that's probably good. We can actually relax and actually be heard now.
And vroom.
Brow! This is the Media Boat
Boom, we're going.
Podcast. It is July the 19th.
Yes.
Wednesday, July the 19th, and you are watching live on YouTube. If you're not watching live on YouTube, you are listening on our audio podcast, but we are the Media Boat Podcast.
Or you're watching this delayed.
My name...
In which case, why aren't you watching us live?
It's true. You should watch us live, 8 o'clock.
Wednesdays, 8 o'clock.
Pacific.
Get live.
That's 8 o'clock Pacific time.
Yeah.
That's important because who knows where you might be listening to this great show. But yes, Media Boat Podcast, we talk about movies, we talk about television, we talk about video games, and we talk about music. Not necessarily in that order, but in this case, yes, that order is actually correct this week.
Oh, that's actually
I didn't mess it up. Your name is Mike. My name is Matt.
I'm Mike. He's Matt. I'm getting ready here for the news.
Yes.
And speaking of news, let's jump right into it.
Yes, we always open with the box office numbers from the previous weekend. This weekend was a doozy.
Yes. So last weekend, hold on, I'm not really liking this lighting in here.
You're not really liking this lighting?
Let me do something.
Right, he's going to mess with the lighting. But yes, so audiences went ape this weekend. They went crazy. Well, also, and they saw that movie that had apes in it.
Yes. Spider Ape.
War for the Planet of the Apes.
That's a mouthful.
Was your number one movie this weekend.
Yeah, I called it right. I said War would go number one.
Beating
But
the last week champ, Spider-Man Homecoming.
Yes.
Because Spider-Man took a 60% tumble.
62% tumble.
Yeah, quite a
Yeah.
drop.
That means War for the Planet of the Apes
Yes.
Came in at 56 million, which is right around the 60 where I said it would.
I suppose, but at the same time, it's just like, wow.
That-
It even shocked Sony how much it dropped.
Yeah.
So yeah, Fox gets a win with Apes.
Yep. Sony, Spider-Man Homecoming comes in at number 2 with 44 million.
Yep.
But it did cross the 200
That's good.
mark at 207. Number 3 was Despicable Me 3 with 19 million, 42% drop, just under 200 at 188. That thing will get 200 domestically, and then Peter. Maybe.
Peter who?
Peter maybe.
Peter maybe? I don't know him.
Yeah. Number 4 was Baby Driver.
Yes.
8.7 million, an impressive 33% drop still, with making it 73 million total.
Yeah, that thing's making pretty good money for its budget.
Yeah. Speaking of budget, we should probably put our box office logo
We
up
could
there.
do that. That is also a thing we can do.
Yeah.
So...
And that brings us to number 5.
Yes.
The Big Sick, with not a drop, but gains.
The reason for this is because it had been in limited release up
Yes.
until this weekend. This weekend it went wide.
Yes, which means it had an impressive plus 111%
Right.
increase.
The story on our site, MediaBoatPodcast.com, I have noted that in our numbers so that way no one freaks out.
Yes, like, what is this increase
Like, why?
for a new release?
So yeah, good for them.
Yep.
That movie's reviewing really well. Apparently, that's quality. So, do you want to talk about the movies that you saw? Because you saw a couple of these.
I saw the number 1 and number 5 movie.
All right, talk about Apes first.
Alright, let's talk about Apes first. Going into this thing, prepare for a lot of Moses allegories.
Yeah.
Yeah, Moses everywhere. Leading apes out of imprisonment, going into imprisonment, talking with Pharaoh / commander, sending a plague, or the simian virus.
Fun.
Yeah, very heavy-handed on the Moses allegory.
Very biblical.
Very biblical. However, I really like this one
Okay.
because it definitely sets up everything that would come to fruition in the original Planet of the Apes,
Yeah.
which is great. It also nightly puts a nice little bow on everything that happened with both Rise and Dawn. With Rise of the Planet of the Apes and Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. And War of the Planet of the Apes puts a nice little bow on everything.
Okay.
It wraps up this new trilogy for Apes. And can we nominate this thing? Or can we just make a new Oscar category?
Best Apes?
Because, no, not just best apes, best. I don't want to call it animated live action.
Motion capture. or something.
Mocap, maybe.
So
Photorealistic, I think, is the more appropriate term.
Sure. So
Best
basically-
photorealistic movie.
So you're basically saying that it's not quite an animated film because
no.
there are live action players and
Yes.
it does involve a lot of live action sets.
Right.
It's just that the characters in this movie, the majority at least, the ones you're caring
The
about,
apes
are
Right.
literally apes, and so that they are mocapped.
Right.
They are computer generated.
Right. And I think there should definitely be an award out there more than just special effects at this
yeah,
point.
visual effects.
Because not only do we have this movie, but we also had the Jungle Book that came out
Yeah.
previously.
And like
we had
what,
Beauty and the Beast.
And that's likely what Lion King is going to be
Yes,
as well.
Lion King's coming out. We have Avatar also coming out.
Yeah.
And I feel like there should be a separate category coming into future Oscars,
Like
where it's like,
live action animated hybrid,
yeah,
but not that
But
because
not-
that's a dumb name.
yes,
There's no easy way. I think the problem is that there's no easy way to describe it.
because they're live action. Well,
Yeah.
I said photorealistic
That's still not accurate
Right.
because
because they're not photos.
you could have a completely animated film, like for example, The Good Dinosaur.
Yes.
That you could argue would be applicable there.
Yes.
So I don't think even that is a good descriptor. I think until we come up with a term to describe that efficiently, there's no way that they'll ever make a
Right,
category
but I
for
think
it.
until we just come up with the term, movies like Planet of the Apes will continue to get shafted.
I think it's just a part of a larger problem, which is that all action movies really get shafted when
Yeah.
it comes to award season. It's just not what they award.
Right.
So
well, they do award them for special effects,
right, and this movie probably has that on lock this year.
Right.
So I mean, they're getting
well, we'll see.
And there's other awards besides the Academy Awards,
right? Because there's also Star Wars coming out,
stuff.
and there's Justice League coming out, and there's
Yeah.
a bunch of other stuff coming out that are special effects heavy. But that's the thing, that you can clearly tell they're special effects heavy, whereas this is very different because they're actually like animated actors interacting with real life actors.
Look, I see what you mean, but I think that they could bypass all that, and it seems like the acting is what you're praising here, right?
Yeah.
So in a way, isn't that an acting award?
It's an acting award, but it's also a digital emoting.
Again, that has to be based on, in this case, because it's motion captured, based on the actors. So I'd say that goes into the acting category.
But someone has to digitally go over their
yes,
acting.
Which goes to the Technical Arts and Science Awards that happen
Right.
before the show. So I don't think what you're talking about needs to exist, nor will it ever.
Probably. But I feel like it should. At some
I
point.
know. There are other award shows, though, that they get their due.
Yes.
It's just that one is just so much ingrained in the live action art of film.
Yes.
That will be a very, very long time, I think.
And, yeah.
Movies have to catch up, I think, in order for that to happen.
Okay, so when James Cameron comes out with Avatar 2?
We'll see.
We'll see.
Whenever that happens. Okay, then you also saw The Big Sick.
So yeah, that being said, if you enjoyed the first two Planet of the Apes movies,
Sure.
Definitely see this. There's a lot of winks and nods to the original Planet of the Apes.
Okay, it's good.
Enough to keep you engaged and kind of see, if you're a fan, to go like, ha, that's good, that's clever.
Exactly like that.
Exactly like that, because I did that several times. Like, ha.
Heh.
Like, ha, I see you sticking that in. Oh, I see, that's really a reference to that. Oh, I see what you did there.
Got it.
Yeah. So it's really good, really well done. Definitely check it out. Especially just check out all three movies. Just do it. Marathon them. It's worth it. All three, definitely do it. Even if you just do it, just watch the special effects. It's well done. They're well crafted movies.
Cool. Okay, moving on. You also saw The Big Sick.
Yeah, that brings us to The Big Sick. Oh boy. I'm not.
You sound flustered by this movie.
I'm flustered because I don't like it. I wasn't in love with it, but I like it enough to where I think you should see it. It's really good.
I know. I should say this.
But it's definitely not for the general audience. This is definitely an indie movie. Well, because it's made by Amazon Studios, so Manchester by the sea.
So are you saying that there's a reason why this was in limited at first?
There's a reason this was in limited.
Okay.
The best way I could describe it is if you liked 50-50 or Funny People, it's definitely something like that, where it has comedic tones, but the majority of the film is definitely a dramatic, heavy-handed subject.
Sure, yeah. I'm not going into this thinking it's a comedy at all.
No,
I
you
knew
shouldn't.
that it was a drama.
You shouldn't, yeah.
Yeah.
This is drama first, comedy second. Even though it does star Kumail Nanjiani and Ray Romano.
Right, but it's
and
not
Holly
comedy.
Hunter. This is definitely not a comedy.
That's funny.
Yes. It has a comedic cast. There are comedy elements. Oh, Edie Bryant's in it too.
Oh, cool.
And so is Bo Burnham.
Great.
Yeah. But don't let those two
also confuse you.
This is still very much a drama. It deals with not only relationships between white people and Pakistani people, but also just relationships in general and what happens when tragedy strikes and you're forced to meet the parents.
Got it. Okay. Sounds interesting.
It's very interesting. It's very of today. And apparently it's also based off Kumail's real life.
Yes, I've heard this.
Yes.
Which is fascinating.
It's also fast. Yeah, it's really fascinating, and it makes everything, feel nice at the end then. You feel like a nice little feeling at the end.
Oh, good. Okay.
So, yeah. It's definitely a good movie. Check it out. If it's on Amazon, definitely check it out. I don't know if this is definitely a theater experience, but it's definitely something you should check out. Probably gonna get a little bit of an award buzz, but not a whole lot because it's Amazon Studios.
That's pretty early.
And it's pretty early.
I like how halfway through the year is still too early for Academy Award season.
But we will have our first Academy Award nominee coming up this weekend as we get to this weekend's box office.
Right, yes, but real quick before that, I think if we see it at all, maybe a screenwriting nod.
Yeah. You'll see a screenwriting.
Usually, yeah, like a late summer, kind of like, or midsummer, I guess, in this
well,
case.
let's say that
thing like this is usually a screenwriting kind of...
I don't know, because The Baby Driver is a better script to play.
I think that you'll see both, potentially.
No, they'll get snubbed.
I think
this thing will be swept under the rug.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, if you think so.
I think so.
However, what won't be is what our big release this weekend is.
Ooh, big release.
Big release.
Ah, big release.
Yes, I've been waiting for it.
Yep.
Now I finally get to make my big release.
Yes.
No,
it is another
Cinema's big release this weekend.
Yeah. The very CGI heavy.
And we mean big.
Yes, we mean big. Valerian and the City of 1,000 Planets.
Yeah, that thing.
That thing is huge. That thing is massive. That thing looks pretty. It's been being buffed up on Sci-Fi because we've been watching Face Off, which is great. And this looks spectacular.
Yeah.
However, it also has a 56% on Metacritic right now.
Yeah. Okay. Here's my thing about Luc Besson. I think he's really overrated.
You didn't like Lucy?
No, I did not like Lucy.
The Fifth Element?
I don't care for The Fifth Element.
Nikita Femme Fatale?
I don't really know whether it would be something I'd even watch, so no. Yeah, basically, it doesn't do it for me. So
director Luc Besson? Luc Besson?
Besson?
Luc Besson?
He's French.
Yeah.
It's probably Besson.
Probably.
But yeah, yes, he did those movies that you just said. He's, crazy sci-fi guy.
Yep.
So if you like that and you think the trailer sounds interesting, you probably won't agree with the 56%.
Or if you even know what Valerian and City Without the Planets even is, this might be for you.
So yeah, it seems like this is just one of those you'll know it if you will like this thing.
Yeah.
Already. But yeah, so that's probably somebody's thing this weekend. But,
or if you're gonna be like the majority of people,
yes,
you're gonna see that new Christopher Nolan movie everyone's been looking at.
This is the big release this week.
Ha! The bigger release?
The literally bigger release this week.
Yeah, because this thing is going on IMAX everywhere. I'm talking 70mm film, yo.
Yes, the movie is Dunkirk.
Did that.
Yes, Dunkirk did that.
Yes.
So explain what Dunkirk is.
Okay, so Dunkirk is actually a little city in an island in...
No, the movie Dunkirk. Explain
what
the movie Dunkirk
Good.
is.
I'm glad you stopped me there because I had nowhere to go after that.
That's where your knowledge ends.
That's where knowledge ends and the movie begins.
Yep,
actually, this is a World War II movie directed by Christopher Nolan, shot in IMAX. I think that's all you need to say about this thing.
Yeah, already early buzz is saying that it has some of the most incredible war scenes in history.
96% on Metacritic already.
96% on Metacritic already. It's going to be, of course, if you don't want to see it in IMAX, it will be in regular release as well.
And you shall be ashamed of yourself if you do see it that way.
It's made for the larger screen.
Yes.
So definitely, if you can see IMAX,
Christopher Nolan is a film purist. He loves film. He hates digital. This thing is made. This thing is shot for. This thing is filmed, praised, and meant for a big IMAX release. So go to IMAX.com, search Dunkirk to see where a 70mm production is playing near you to get the full effect.
Yep.
Luckily for us, it's right down the street.
Oh yeah, we have 5. Yeah.
No. The IMAX, the Spectrum one is literally the only one in our area.
Oh really? They're the only
The Alicia Viejo one isn't one.
Wow.
Yeah.
Shocked.
Yes.
I'm shocked. So yeah, expect that to be...
to go to LA.
Expect Dunkirk to be your #1 movie this weekend.
Yes.
Because I think that it has more of name recognition. Even though they're marketing the crap out of Valerian, I don't think that is nearly as much of a hyped
when you can show
product.
Which is funny because both of these movies are being hyped by their directors.
It's true. Yes, weirdly enough. Not their stars, their directors. In fact, I can't even name who stars in Dunkirk. Can you?
Cillian Murphy.
Okay.
And what's his name?
Exactly.
Uh,
Exactly.
What's his name?
Although I know Rihanna is in Valerian.
Yes.
That's all I know about
And Shane
Valerian's
DeHaan.
casting.
Shane DeHaan's in Valerian too.
Well, there
But,
you go.
yeah, but no, what's his name? Bane.
Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy is it?
Tom Hardy.
I only know that because he's a pilot, so they cover up his face, and you just see the eyes. It's just the Bane eyes looking at you.
Yep. Okay, but yes.
He's like, I had you know.
So that's your fight this weekend. It's gonna be Dunkirk.
That's not much of a fight.
What's our number?
Okay.
We were way wrong last week, so we need to fix our number.
I want to put it at 80 for some reason.
Really, that high?
Because that feels high to me. I want to say 60, but that feels low. 70?
Then how about
70?
65?
65?
And then over under.
Alright, we'll go 65
I'll
then.
go the under.
Really?
Yes.
Alright,
Yeah.
okay. 65 over.
The summer's weird, remember?
It is weird.
The summer's been weird.
Also, this is the first World War II movie of the summer?
Yeah.
Of the year? Here's the first World War II movie of the summer in a while.
It's true.
When was the last time World War II movie came out in the summer? Oh, yes, I do. It was 2 years ago. I believe it was the summer, at least. It was Unbroken
Right.
by Angelina Jolie.
Yes.
I believe that was a late summer release.
That sounds right, because no one saw it.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's. Is there anything else upcoming on the dock this week, or is those the two?
It's just those two.
Okay, then in that case,
And then we have two movies the following week, and then that's the end of July.
Cool. We should get to
halfway through July already.
We should get to movie news then, because we spent 15 minutes on box office.
Yep. So, real quick, this is all going to be about D23.
D23, for those who don't know, is the annual Disney Expo that Disney runs themselves, held here, local, at the Anaheim Convention Center. So what were among the movie-related announcements at D23?
Well, first off, you can check out all of our announcements over at our website, MediaboatPodcast.com.
True, we have a movie recap waiting for you where Mike breaks down every news bit about films, features from the D23 Expo.
Or if you don't want to read, you just listen to my voice right now as we go
That's also true.
As we get right into Pixar.
Alright.
Alright, so first off, Pixar had a brief teaser trailer where it's basically two planes going up against each other in a fighter jet scene. Look for a new movie by Disney Studios. Not really Pixar, but I only bring it up because John Lasseter real quick. About the history of aviation and planes. May or may not be related to planes.
Sure, but who cares?
But who cares, because we were talking about Pixar here.
Yep.
So, first is the big story of Toy Story 4. 1, yes, that is still happening. 2, that will no longer be directed by John Lasseter.
Nope.
As he is currently in the middle of juggling 3 different studios.
Yeah, he's
Or 4.
busy.
No, 3. Yeah, you got Disney, Pixar, and Disney Toon. Yeah, so 3. He's juggling 3 studios right now, so he doesn't really have time to sit down and really direct anything.
So, pinch hitting for Pixar
is none other than the acclaimed director Josh Cooley.
Okay.
Don't know who that is? Don't worry. He has not directed a full feature yet.
But has he done a short?
However, he was the writer on Inside Out, and he was the director on the short Riley's First Date.
So that's traditionally how Pixar does it. They always have their up-and-coming directors do a short and then give them a feature after. And I think he did a decent job on that short. That was one of the bonus features on the home release of Inside Out.
Yes.
Yeah, it's enjoyable.
Yeah.
It's the tone of the film that's based on
little
as well.
thing.
And we trust his taste, because Inside Out is also a very good, well-written movie.
Yep.
So yes, that seems like a good call.
Mm-hmm.
It makes me think that there's definitely going to be an emotional center to.
I think we'll go back to a family centered with Toy Story 4.
It seems like that was the case, because they said it was going to be about Woody and Bo.
Yes.
So that makes 100% sense, and that's a good fit, I think, for a love story / family tale kind of thing. So yeah, good pick.
Yeah. So while there's no word on the story yet, it still has a release date of June 21st, 2019.
Yeah, 2019.
2 years.
It's pretty far off, but that's because a couple other things have to happen before that.
Yeah. First up is, of course, the one coming up in November of this year.
Right.
Coco,
which I'm excited for.
Yes.
Looks good.
So they showed off a bunch of little scenes for everyone at D23, and reaction seemed to be pretty positive actually for it.
Yeah.
Not to sound surprising because it's Pixar, but I was a little worried that people wouldn't take to the Mexican flair that they were throwing at them.
I think the audiences are wider than you think they are.
Yeah.
Yes.
Coco was shown with its dazzling special effects, and some story elements were shown as well as the Land of the Dead. And people seem to really enjoy the setting of the Land of the Dead.
Cool.
And then there are also people saying, hey, isn't this just the Book of Life? And then everyone was saying, no, it's Pixar. Get out of here.
No, it seems like it's very different.
They're two different stories.
Yeah.
Yes. That being said, I haven't seen Book of Life, so...
I'm sure it's fine.
I'm sure it's fine. I think it's on Netflix.
Probably.
Maybe. Oh, by the way, it's working now.
What was not working?
Netflix.
Was Netflix broken?
No. I didn't pay.
Oops. Well, good thing I didn't try it.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, I found that out. Oh, it's wrong. I got to tell my mom that it's back on. And lastly, in Pixar, The Incredibles 2.
Okay.
They wheeled out Brad Bird from underneath a writing desk.
Yeah.
And said, here, present this thing that you're creating.
Okay.
And he basically said, I had nothing to present.
But it exists.
But it exists.
And they're still working on it.
He's still working on it. However, he did also, he did do the one thing that was basically a tech demo.
Okay.
Where he said, here's what we did before. Here's how they look now.
Here's what we can do, essentially.
Yeah. It's a tech demo of, hey, here's how far Pixar has come since 2006 Incredibles?
Yeah.
2004, 2006?
2000. No, way earlier than that. 2000.
That's not 2002, right?
4.
2004.
2004, yeah. I think you're right the second time.
Yeah.
2004.
Yeah. So we're talking 13 years of technology here.
Yeah. Things happen.
Yeah, so basically a tech demo of what they were, what they are. And, you know, some people liked it. Other people were like, where's the story?
Are they going to age up the characters?
No. This will take place directly after a true sequel.
Really? Okay.
Yes, they're not going to age up the characters.
Dang.
There's no fast forward. So which means we won't see them going off to college and then...
So that means the guitarist for Charlie Bliss can't reprise his role as Dash. They're going to have to find another kid. Because he doesn't have that voice anymore, let's say.
Yeah, let's say that.
One of my favorite little bits of things I found out.
We just recently found
that out. That the guy who voiced Dash back in the day is now a guitarist in a band that I like.
Yep.
Turns out.
Yeah, apparently I read somewhere, and then I lost the source of it, but this was that Incredibles 2 is going to focus more on Helen Parr.
Okay.
The mom instead of the dad this time.
Sure. Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's probably a good idea.
And then Jack, they did show a little teaser where it was just Jack going all powered ape shit on a squirrel, I think.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so that still exists. It's still going concern. We'll have more news when it breaks, I suppose.
Yeah, and we gotta get going. Because more things happened at D23.
Alright, what else do we got?
So, I don't really have an image for live action. So
That's fine.
So this is the live action stuff. First up, A Wrinkle in Time. The new trailer is here.
Right, based on the book.
Based on the book. Based on the things that actually happened. Starring Oprah, Reese Witherspoon, and Chris Pine.
Okay.
Being directed by Ava DuVernay.
Yes.
Of Selma fame.
Yes.
It arrives March 9th in 2018.
Cool.
We also so the trailer for that. Oprah got inducted into the Legacy Awards.
The Disney Legacy.
Yep.
Cool.
And people saw Oprah for the first time in like 5 years.
Yeah, Oprah kind of dropped off the face of the earth.
Yeah. Well, she is kind of running her own TV.
Yeah, her channel went live.
Yeah. I mean, you can always see Oprah on the cover of O Magazine.
Yeah, that's true.
If you're subscribed to that.
That's true. Always.
Yeah, always. No one will ever not. Oprah will never not grace that
I thought
cover.
I saw an article that was like late last year or something that there was finally going to be somebody else on Oprah, on O Magazine. I forget.
I don't know.
I think they made a big deal. It's like, oh, this is the
Yeah.
first issue of O Magazine without Oprah on the cover or something. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's done. Anyways.
Other live action news comes in the form of Aladdin.
Okay, what about Aladdin?
So, we have a cast, we have a director, and we have a backflip.
Yep.
No. Backflip.
A backflip?
Yes, backflip, because we now know who the new genie will be.
Yes, we do.
Yes. So, first off, let's get this out of the way. Mena Massoud will be playing Aladdin.
Yes.
Don't know who that is? That's okay. He's a newcomer, and he can only be seen on the Amazon show Jack Ryan,
Okay.
which hasn't even premiered yet.
Got it. Well, there you go.
However, you have seen Jasmine, if you recently saw the new Power Rangers movie, as she was the Pink Ranger.
Right. That's cool.
Yep. That is Naomi Scott. She will be the role of Jasmine. And taking on the role of Robin Williams is the genie himself, Mr. Summer box office sensation and Deadshot, Will Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's an interesting choice. I mean, I could see him being able to do it. It almost harkens back to a different side of Will Smith that I feel like we haven't seen in like 20 years.
Yeah.
Like when he was still doing comedic roles.
Like Hitch?
Half comedic roles. No, Hitch was after that. I'm talking about like Wild Wild West Will
Yes.
Smith. I'm talking about Men in Black 1 Will Smith.
Yep.
You know, like he just doesn't do roles like that anymore.
Right.
So this is actually really cool because it's kind of back to that. He gets to be big. He gets to be wacky, which we're missing. We've been missing from Will Smith for the last 20 years because he did that whole "I'm only gonna do
After
big
Ali,
parts."
after Ali, he became the serious big man actor.
Yeah, and yeah, finally he got over it. Like a couple of years ago, he made that like interview where he was like, "Okay, I'm done with that. I'm just gonna have fun now."
I think that was somewhere between either before or after Earth.
It was definitely after Earth.
Right.
After because I think it was because it was in the kind of after Earth that failed so badly. He was doing the press for that and was basically just like, yeah, this was another one of those. I'm probably not going to do stuff like that.
Right, because because After Earth was coming off of his hopeful Oscar nominee, 7 Pounds.
And
so this was right when he was doing rounds for a Concussion.
Concussion, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is still pretty serious, but also seemed like he was loosened up a little bit.
Right, but that was a serious movie. But however, he didn't get any Oscar.
No, completely
snubbed out of it, which I think is a shame because he's great in that movie.
But now it's not even a.
Yeah, I think he's finally out of it. Yeah, he's finally. Yeah, I think he's finally over it, and it's interesting how they didn't go a comedian route or like a.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting choice. I would have never seen that coming, but now that they say it, I'm like, yeah, sure.
Sure. Well, we'll get behind it.
So cool. So Will Smith is your genie.
Yep. Sorry, Shaq. And of course, this is being directed by Guy Ritchie, coming out.
Yeah.
In 20.
20 something.
Yeah, we don't really have a date.
The future.
20 future. But what we do have is this guy.
Who's that guy?
That's Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt.
So I'm just putting him up here because these are our tent poles.
Okay.
AKA our Star Wars and Marvel news.
Yes.
Avengers.
Sure, he represents neither of those franchises, but it's alright.
He's in Marvel.
Yeah, not in the Avengers.
He will be.
He's not an Avenger.
Not according to the teaser they showed.
Alright. What's the news?
Alright, so, tentpole. Let's get Star Wars 8 out of the way. Because...
The Last Jedi?
Well, yes. The Last Jedi himself came out.
Yeah.
Rian Johnson.
He's not the Last Jedi.
Well, he's the director of
The Last Jedi.
Yes, Rian Johnson came out and
really
provided not a trailer, but rather a behind-the-scenes trailer-ish thing that showed everyone, hey, we were hard at work on this film. It's wrapped. We're in post-production. But I can't tell you anything otherwise. So give me all the questions you want. You're going to get nothing out of it.
Okay, Rian Johnson. I have a question for Rian Johnson.
Are we related?
No.
Are you my dad?
No.
Are you my son?
No.
Am I a time traveler?
No.
Oh.
Where's Looper 2?
Oh.
That's my question for Ryan Johnson.
You want Looper 2?
I want Looper 2, still starring Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Bruce Willis. I want it. Make it happen. Anyways, Looper's a good movie.
Yes.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to The Last Jedi. I think Ryan Johnson's a good director.
Yep.
I think it has good buzz. I'm interested in where they take it after Episode 7. I like the characters in that.
Yep.
In that Now trilogy, so yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, during this behind the scenes, which is available on YouTube, you can go and watch this.
Yep.
Basically, they introduced the cast. It's just the cast saying, "Just when I thought it could get better, it gets better."
Cool.
And the story is amazing. I never saw it coming. Also, you will be blown away. And basic hype. Basic hype. It's really just basic hype at this point.
Cool hype.
Give us another trailer already. Come on.
Get hype.
Get hyped.
Cool.
Alright, and that brings us to why Chris Pratt is our image over here.
Alright, so...
As Avengers news. Yep. So Avengers Infinity War actually had a trailer for everyone at D23 that got into the room.
Sure.
Everyone was surprised by this, even the internet, as their thing cannot be seen anywhere.
Right.
There is no trailer of this on YouTube, just descriptions of it. And the descriptions makes this thing sound amazing. Prepare to see this thing at this upcoming San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah.
And it should probably be released this weekend as well. Because of San Diego Comic-Con.
Because, yeah, it's probably going to break anyway, so they might as well just...
Well, it's already out. People know this thing exists.
Yeah.
People know the trailer exists.
Oh.
There's enough of a breakdown across multiple websites to where you can piece together what's happening.
Yeah.
Because it starts off with Thor meeting the Guardians of the Galaxy. Like, literally running into them in space.
Wow, I just realized how lucky we are. We got the tickets for Sunday night and the LA show and not the San Diego show. Because I didn't realize it was Comic-Con this weekend.
Yeah.
That would have been a poor choice. Parking-wise, I made the right call. Anyways. But yes. San Diego Comic-Con will probably be where you'll see this.
Yep, well, that brings us to our last bit of news.
Okay.
Yep.
What is it?
Oh, our last bit of news is, of course, Best of My Glove. Yeah, so it's Infinity War. There's actual trailer out there now, not just this behind-the-scenes stuff that we've been seeing. So look for either that or something like that, or that trailer may never come to actual existence.
Maybe not.
I mean, I'm sure it will because it's made and somebody has a copy somewhere.
Yeah.
That will eventually upload it, like, weeks down the road, maybe.
It could happen.
It could happen. But we could also see a bunch of bootlegged versions. And clickbaits, beware the clickbaits. As we get right into our final topic here.
Okay.
Of movies, because we are kind of running over a little bit. We're at 38 minutes here.
Yeah, it's going to be a long one. Okay.
No. The movie was the big one because we had 2 reviews.
Yeah, that's true.
And everything at D23. So, the bits. Alright, first up, Bryan Singer has found his queen.
Okay.
Oh, his queen biopic is still going forward. And he found Freddie Mercury.
Okay.
A.K.A. Rami Malek. And I can see this.
Sure. Yeah.
I can see that. Makes sense.
I can see that as well.
I can see that.
That's good casting.
Yeah. So Rami Malek is, of course, from Mr. Robot.
Yes.
Or if you played Until Dawn, he's that guy.
That guy.
Yeah. He's the villain-ish. I guess you can call him that. Of Until Dawn.
But yeah, cool.
But yeah, Rami Malek will be Freddie Mercury in the upcoming Queen biopic, which was originally going to Sacha Baron Cohen.
Right. But I'm kind of glad that it's not.
Yeah.
It's a better pick.
Yep. Also, this week, we got a first image from Ready Player One, the upcoming Steven Spielberg movie.
Yep.
It was in the Empire magazine, and it's just our main character in what looks like an 80s shed shack.
Okay. That sounds like a Spielberg movie.
Yeah. I mean, this thing is basically 80s love.
Again, sounds like a Spielberg movie.
Yes. Which apparently, speaking of Spielberg, it finally cracked the beans that he is the one who actually directed Poltergeist.
Really?
Yeah. Well, he was the executive producer on it.
Yeah.
But apparently he was on set so much and basically giving the director enough direction that he ghostly directed Poltergeist.
See what you did there? Yeah, that makes some sense.
Yeah. I mean, then again, I say no, but it does make sense that he would be like on set saying, "Oh, you should do this and you should do this. This shot would be cool here," and just like not being able to be hands off.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Again, sounds like Spielberg.
Yep. All right. Also, we have a first trailer for The Disaster Artist.
Cool.
It's a movie. That's the movie about The Room, starring James Franco and Seth Rogen and other Dave Franco.
Yep, all the Francos.
Yep, about the worst movie ever that people love for some reason.
Yep.
The trailer's pretty great. It's 65. It's just a single sequence of James Franco doing 65 takes to get one scene right.
Cool.
It just looks like a great comedy. I'm excited for it. And then lastly, of course, as we mentioned, this weekend is San Diego Comic-Con. So get ready for a lot of trailers to drop this weekend. We will have all of that for covering you next week.
Yes.
Or you can come visit our website, MediaBookPodcast.com. I will try and get everything uploaded there per trailer as it releases, so you can have just one site to come and watch instead of clicking all over YouTube for it.
Look forward to the next few weeks because there will probably be more action on the site as I will have a lot of free time. Moving on to television.
Oh, we're not going to delve into that?
No, we're not. Moving on to television.
Okay, let's move on to television then. As we get right into the big news that we forgot to mention last week, but that's because it was just nominations came out.
Nominations.
I believe that is the Emmy.
For the Emmys. That's the television awards if you've been living under a rock for the last 50-something years. This year's nominees for the 2017 Emmy broadcast have been released. And you know what? Most of them make sense, but there are definitely some surprises. And there are definitely some scenarios in some of the major categories where it's one of these things is not like the other.
Yeah. Well, from what I've gathered on the internet is, can we please get rid of House of Cards as a nomination?
Yeah,
because,
that's kind of what I'm talking about. That's kind of what I'm talking about. It seems like general consensus over the last couple seasons of House of Cards has not been positive. So to see them straight up in the typically the HBO slot that would be Game of Thrones if it wasn't a Game of Thrones lacking nomination segment of the year. It was not, yes, in case you're wondering, as with half the internet, why Game of Thrones was not nominated is because it is not eligible. It was not aired during the time allotted for the nominees to be eligible. So
right, which is why last year it won all the awards. It swept, won all the awards.
This year, no Game of Thrones. HBO is still nominated, not for
right, because
not for it, but it's still on there for something.
Right, because if HBO had aired Game of Thrones in March, like they normally do, yes, you would have seen it there this year. However, because they had to wait until literally this week
to do it, then it's not actually eligible until next year's show. So, in the meantime, what do we have for our nominees, starting with our drama category?
Wow, the Emmy site is terrible.
Don't go on their site, go on Variety, that's what I did.
Yeah.
I can name a couple off the top of my head here. I know that, of course, House of Cards, as we mentioned, is nominated for Netflix. This Is Us, nominated for drama series. Mm-hmm. The sole network show on the entire list.
Really?
Is the only thing on that list, the drama nominees,
that
is not Netflix, HBO.
Yep. Drama, we have Better Call Saul,
AMC,
The Crown,
Netflix,
The Handmaid's Tale,
Hulu,
House of Cards,
Netflix,
Stranger Things,
Netflix,
This Is Us,
yes, NBC,
and Westworld,
HBO.
Now, between all of those, one of these things is not like the other.
It's definitely House of Cards.
Yeah.
But, that being said, interesting to see Hulu on here. I believe this will be Hulu's first nomination in the drama category.
Yes, this is also Hulu's leading show, as it has 13 nominations.
Yes, so what do you think is the big winner here? Do you think it's...
I think it's The Crown.
The Crown, really?
I think so.
I don't know. It seems like Buzz is behind Westworld.
Buzz is and was behind Westworld. I don't know if it continues.
That's my pick,
I think the surprise in here for me is definitely Stranger Things.
I don't think Stranger Things is a strong enough show. I think the
That's
fans
why.
love it.
Yes.
I think the fans
That's
love
the
it.
fan
And I think
pick.
probably if you're going to run the numbers, I think this race might actually be between Westworld and Handmaid's Tale.
Maybe.
I think that if you're talking about prestige, those are the two.
Yeah.
If you're talking about people, like I think it's Stranger Things by a landslide.
Right.
The ones that don't belong is House of Cards, and I think
Better Call Saul.
This Is Us is the Academy throwing one to the networks.
Yeah.
Even though it probably is the one that deserves it.
What, This Is Us?
Yeah, compared to a lot
Apparently
of the
people
other...
cried during that
People
show.
love that thing.
Yeah.
And it's probably the most talked about network drama from last season.
Yep.
Like, can you name another network drama that
Oh,
was
I
talked
can.
about- that was talked about
No.
as much as This Is Us? That's not... Yeah, I
No.
can't. Like, there's others that probably you could argue that were better,
Yeah.
but I don't know.
All right. That brings
Comedy's
us
a tough
to
category.
comedy.
Yeah, comedy also interesting this year.
Yes, we have Atlanta,
Yep.
Blackish,
Yep.
Master of None,
Yeah.
Modern Family, Silicon Valley, Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, and, of course, Veep.
Okay.
Do we see another win for Veep here?
I am crossing
is
my
Master of None
fingers
finally
for Master of
gonna-
None. Because watching that season was just screaming Emmys the whole
Yes.
time. It's
It
just so
opened
well
up with
directed.
a great episode.
So well
And
directed.
Thanksgiving
Yes.
was great, which, by the way, Thanksgiving did get the writing nod.
Right, as we guessed
As
it
we
would.
guessed it would. Right after we
Because we're
saw
good
it.
at this.
Right after we saw it, I was like, all right, there's your Emmy consideration.
We're good at this. But anyways, yes. I think that Master of None, I think it deserves it. The one that doesn't belong here, in my opinion, is Kimmy Schmidt.
Yeah.
I love it, but it's just the quality level I don't think is up to the standard of those other shows. I think there's a chance that Veep repeats, but I think it would be sad. I want Master of None or Atlanta here.
Well, yes, but however,
We'll see.
we'll see.
We'll definitely see.
Yeah. Let's see.
In Silicon Valley, I don't know. I think that would have made sense 2 years ago, but not anymore.
Yeah, Silicon, as I mentioned,
Yeah.
Silicon Valley has definitely gone down in quality and jokes.
So yeah,
But we'll see.
not the pick.
Other major categories,
Acting
drama actress, we have Viola Davis.
for How to Get Away with Murder.
Yep. Claire Foy for The Crown, Elizabeth Moss, Handmaid's Tale, Kerry Russell, The Americans, Evan Rachel Wood, Westworld, and Robin Wright for House of Cards.
I love how Prestige
This is-
TV is getting to the point where this almost sounds like we're reading an Academy Awards nomination list as opposed to television.
Yep. Oh, we almost hit the 1 million.
Yeah, almost did.
Ooh.
Almost did. But yeah, it's getting to the point where these might as well be interchangeable.
Yeah.
Viola Davis is going to show up on both.
Yep.
For example,
Robin Wright should show up on both.
Evan Rachel Wood, probably. Kerry Russell at this
Yep.
point. Who knows? But yeah, it's an interesting list. I don't know. I have no idea.
Well, these are all repeat people as well. As
Yeah.
Elizabeth Moss, even though this is for The Handmaid's Tale, she was also there for her roles on Mad Men.
Right, exactly. So we'll see.
Yeah.
That's a weird one.
As for drama actor, we have Sterling K. Brown for This Is Us.
Yep.
Anthony Hopkins for Westworld. Bob Odenkirk, Better Call Saul. Matthew Rhys, The Americans. Liev Schreiber, Rave Donovan. Kevin Spacey gets one for House of Cards. And Milo Ventimiglia for This Is Us.
That's 2 for This Is Us in
Yes.
that category. Yeah, another kind of toss-up. I don't know. Sterling K. Brown is kind of the safe bet.
He's a safe bet. I think he's the favorite.
Yeah, but Bob Odenkirk, I don't know.
Yeah.
People say that frickin' Better Call Saul is getting better and better every season. So
And Liev Schreiber has been nominated every season for Ray Donovan. He just hasn't won.
in an alternate universe, could you see?
Go ahead.
Was Better Call Saul in the drama noms?
Yes.
It was. Okay.
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought it wasn't. Anyways.
So,
Okay.
so you were going to say?
No,
Nothing?
nothing.
Okay.
Cool. And then comedy act.
Comedy actor
Dang.
Anthony Anderson for Blackish.
Okay.
Aziz Ansari, Master of None.
Yeah.
Zach Galifianakis for Baskets. Don Glover for Atlanta. William H. Macy for Shameless. And Jeffrey Tambor.
Yeah. For Transparent.
Oh, I was going to say Star, but yeah, Transparent.
Yeah, I my heart says Aziz, but my brain doesn't, because I don't think he's the reason why that show works. In fact, I would argue he's very much the reason why that last episode kind of drove me crazy. So I don't think that he wins here.
You think Don Glover?
Yeah, Donald Glover has a strong argument there.
Yep.
So yeah, it could happen.
Alright, and then comedy actress, let's
Right.
get this one out of the way.
Yeah.
Pamela Adlon for Better Things. Tracy Ellis Ross for Blackish. Jane Fonda for Grace and Frankie. And Lily Tomlin
Lily Tomlin
for Grace and Frankie. So both Grace and Frankie are nominated.
Yep.
Allison Janney for Mom. Ellie Kemper for Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. And Julia Louis-Dreyfus for Veep.
Yeah, it probably is another Julia Louis-Dreyfus here, because looking at that list, nothing shouts at me.
Yep.
But good
And
try.
then, yep, good try. And then I'm just going to skip a bunch of these and just go straight to the one that I think is interesting.
Okay.
Television movie.
Yeah, it is interesting, isn't it?
Yeah. So, we have HBO's The Wizard of Lies.
Yeah.
We have, from PBS, Sherlock, The Lying Detective from Masterpiece Theater.
Right, the newest Sherlock movie.
Right. We have The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks from HBO. We also have, quite randomly I should put, Dolly Parton's Christmas of Many Colors, Circle of Love.
Which is the second Dolly Parton Christmas special that they have done.
Yes, that's NBC.
Yeah, on NBC.
And that brings us to our final one, and probably the winner,
Yeah.
Black Mirror, episode 2, San Junipero.
So, what is your feeling about them nominating this as a television movie as opposed to Black Mirror as a whole as a limited series?
That's
confusing.
well, that's actually why I brought this up.
Yeah.
Because they're nominating it as an independent episode rather than a limited series.
That is a weird way. So it's almost sounds like it may be a submission thing.
Yes.
That maybe Netflix could have submitted the entirety of Black Mirror as a limited series, but chose not to because maybe they wanted to own that category or something. I don't know. It had to be a political choice, because if I were them, I would have just done whole thing, limited series.
Right, because people love that thing.
Yeah, but I don't know. That's a weird one.
Right, and then also there is I can see them. I see why they did this episode in particular, because there's very strong feelings for it.
Sure.
A lot of people love this episode.
And you?
I'm on the opposite camp.
You did not. So
I'm over here in my one-man band camp hating the episode.
One-man band camp.
Only because of the ending. I thought the concept was great. I thought it was executed perfectly until the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's a weird one.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But yeah, interesting that Black Mirror only gets the one episode instead of everything.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot more nominations. We could go through all of them, but then our entire show would be taken up. So yeah, you can take a look at them. They're on the website. I should probably also have done a story on the site, our site for it.
We'll get that up.
I just didn't.
Yeah, we'll get that up for you. Let's see if there's anything else in here.
But yeah, we'll definitely have probably a prediction post right before the actual Emmys occur. So look forward to that.
Right. Oh, and that's the other thing. Guest actor in a comedy series.
Yeah.
Could go to Tom Hanks for hosting Tom Hanks as David S. Pumpkins.
It could.
Which is weird. Also, Lin-Manuel Miranda for Saturday Night Live and Dave Chappelle for Saturday Night Live. Then you have Matthew Rhys for Girls, Riz Ahmed for Girls, and somehow Hugh Laurie for Veep in guest actor for comedy series.
Yeah, speaking of Saturday Night Live, this is actually kind of an interesting news story. it's tied for the most nominations this year at the Emmys.
Yes.
Which is crazy for a thing that you wouldn't think that would be eligible for that much, but apparently it is.
Yeah. Apparently, people have liked that thing well enough to where
Season's
not only
big.
was this season the biggest it's been in the 20 years, which is surprising to hear because there's some great seasons that people have missed
It
out.
really has been.
Yeah, you've been going through it.
Yeah, I mean, but that being said, I think as the story goes, they succeed in political years, and this was not any different. This was definitely the most political year that they've had since the last major election. And yeah, it was very, very easy for them to find material to riff on, and of course, Alec Baldwin is responsible for a lot of that. So yeah, I think it's good for them that they're getting honored. I mean, you have both Kate McKinnon and Leslie Jones getting represented this year as well. So yeah, good stuff.
Oh, I'm just looking at the commercials that they nominated.
Yeah.
A bunch of ad cancel
A
stuff.
lot of stuff.
Yeah, lots of nominations. You can all check that out, but we're going to move on.
Please do. Television news. Aha, yes, the big television story this year.
Yes.
This week.
This week. The one that had the internet up in flames and everyone screaming, Community already did it.
Well, yeah, but still.
But yes. In case you are not of the BBC, of the British Mind, or even, not even a Whovian.
No. But if you are, you would know.
Yes, they announced the upcoming 13th Doctor for Doctor Who.
And surprise.
Doctor Who? Yes. That's the name, Doctor Who.
Surprise. It's a lady.
Is it, though?
Yeah.
Is it?
She's a lady.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
She's a lady. Anyways, yes.
Jodie Whittaker will be the upcoming 13th Doctor. She was recently in the BBC show Broadchurch, which, funny enough, Doctor Who just stole their showrunner.
Yeah.
So, seeing as showrunners already worked with Jodie Whittaker, they could actually hit the ground running and be, very in sync.
So this is cool.
Yes. This is, it's big news because it's the first time that Doctor Who has been led by a female. They've always had a female companion, but never has the Doctor been a lady.
So, as you mentioned, the internet has been reacting to this. It seems like there are more like 3 camps.
Yes.
And here are the camps. There is the diehard, what are you doing with Doctor Who superfan camp that is freaking out because they believe, for whatever reason, that the character should be male. That is one very vocal camp that is freaking out right now. Then there's the second camp, which is the girl power camp, is what I'll call it, which is awesome. They're very excited that they're finally having a woman lead the show, and that it's a change for the better, and that it's a sign of good things to come, etc., etc. Then there's the third camp, which is kind of the backlash to the backlash, I guess you could say, which is, well, this is great, but we can't say that this is the best possible solution. Why couldn't this Doctor Who also be a person of color? And a woman. So there are three very prominent camps. So kind of where I'm at is in between 2 and 3. Where it's yes, I am the first person to say that's great that they finally have a woman in that role. I think that's important. I think that there's a lot of people in that fan community that are women that have been waiting for this to happen since they were probably very young. There's probably a lot of people who are very excited for this to be kind of a change to the vibe of the series, because kind of one of the things that this most recent Doctor kind of avoided was, for a while, at least with the modern interpretation of Doctor Who, there was always a subplot about the companion kind of having a crush on the dude.
Right.
And it kind of got old. I mean, yes, that's good for fan service, but you get to a certain point where you're just can they at least get one that isn't in love with the Doctor?
And that's why
they finally did that in the last season. That being said,
yeah, which they opened that season up with a really great line is,
they did.
If I look this way, should that change how you feel about me?
Right. And yeah, throughout the season, they definitely have this recurring theme of that the companion was very not interested because she likes girls, turns out. But yeah, so it was pretty cool.
So could that be why the Doctor's now a girl?
I don't know, maybe. But yeah, so it doesn't seem like they're bringing her back. They pretty much, in the finale of last season, they wrote her off. So that companion's not coming back.
So this new companion will premiere during the Christmas episode.
Yes.
So 5 months now, we'll have a new Doctor.
But anyways, to wrap up what I was going to say.
Yeah.
But at the same time, yes, of course, it would have been an even stronger statement if they had gone even further with it. But baby steps is what I'll say. Baby steps, we're getting there. But yeah, I get both sides of that argument, I guess.
Well, see, I'm in my little fourth camp over here.
Okay.
Saying, wait, the Doctor's an alien. The Doctor has clearly stated that they are genderless, that this is just the form they take. So gender doesn't really account for whatever the Doctor is?
Sure.
The Time Lord?
Sure.
Because that's what they are. They're a Time Lord. There is no gender for them.
Sure.
They are essentially gender neutral, but the form they take has always been that of an Earth man.
You're not wrong, but again, what matters most here is the people that are looking up to this character. And kind of, I think it matters because there are young girls who finally have a Doctor to idolize.
How do you think this will affect fan fiction?
I think it'll be very interesting, that's for sure. I think the guys, for some straight men, will have some fun this time, as opposed to the traditional audience of women writing Doctor Who fanfics. It'll be definitely a sea change. Or maybe you'll still get a lot of women writing some fanfics about whatever the hell they want.
Yeah, they will.
So yeah, it's exciting, I think. And yeah, the internet will eventually settle down.
50 Shades of Time. Coming to internet near you.
Exactly. And ultimately we'll see what it actually is when it premieres. So.
Alright. Oh, but in case you still don't know who Jodie Whittaker is, you can catch her teaming up with Finn from Star Wars, as both her and John Boyega starred in the British comedy and hit Attack the Block, which is a great movie. You should definitely check that out.
Yep, that's true.
Moving on.
Check it out. That's your advertisement.
That's my plug.
Yeah, your plug.
Yep.
No, what happened to Kermit the Frog?
That's what happens when you had your hand up your ass. Someone's up your ass for a while.
I guess that happens, yes.
Yes. Anyways, let's get into the sad news. That is, Steve Whitmire, voice of Kermit the Frog for 27 years, was fired, or in Disney terms, let go.
Let go.
He was let go. But this was back in October of last year.
Yeah.
So, why am I bringing it up now? One, I'm not sure if we covered it.
No.
But two, Steve Whitmore has actually come out and spoken with the Hollywood Reporter about why he was let go. So, let's see here. He's speaking up. According to Steve Whitmire, Disney let him go because he spoke up about changes being made to the character he felt were against the wishes of creator Jim Henson.
I see.
Now, this was during the TV show Muppets.
I was going to say, this probably dovetails with Muppets being canceled.
Yes.
Yes.
However, the Muppet Studio claimed it was about how Whitmire conducted himself in the workplace. Whitmire has been outspoken about Kermit the Frog, and he even gave unwanted notes during the short-lived Muppets reboot on ABC. Whitmire has said that he plans to move on to new projects, and they wishes the best for whoever takes up the Kermit mantle.
So the good news here is that pretty much everybody can do a Kermit. It's a very common voice. So they'll find somebody.
Yes. One, they'll find somebody to do it. Two, it's interesting as to why he was let go.
Yeah.
Because...
So he said, she said situation.
Well, no, it's a Steve Whitmire thing. because he was there at Jim Henson's bedside when he died, and Jim Henson purposely picked him to take over the voice of Kermit. And so he feels like he has a legacy to uphold.
He feels like he has ownership of the character.
Yes. And so when they're doing this Muppets reboot, he felt that the studio and the writers were taking Kermit into a weird direction in terms of him being either morally or ethically right all the time.
Yeah.
and so much as to him as to the reason why he broke up with Miss Piggy.
So yeah, as much as I want to be like, yeah, I guess you have kind of ownership of the character a little bit because it was something essentially loaned to you by its creator. I get all that, but at the same time, characters need to evolve and change as times change. If Mickey Mouse is a good example of this. A lot of people are kind of bored with Mickey Mouse at this point because he's been the same character forever, and they've completely devoid of personality now. They had to keep him just so much in the middle that no one really knows what Mickey Mouse is besides just a nice guy. He has no character at this point. Because I remember when they were doing press for Epic Mickey, that Wii game.
Yeah.
I remember originally the idea was like Warren Spector, who was the director on that project, he was basically saying, yeah, I'm going to bring it back to the original character of Mickey. Like, I want him to have that mischievous attitude. I want him to get into trouble, which is something that completely basically wrote out of Mickey.
Right.
I mean, the Kingdom Hearts Mickey is an interesting example of this because it's basically like, I don't know, he's good at fighting, but otherwise he's so middle of the road vanilla.
Well, no, he's not middle of the road vanilla. He's so the good guy in the thing that he basically is the king. Fight like basically essentially the light fighting the darkness.
So what I'm saying
is
that
not weird in that universe.
Yeah.
But it's weird in terms of what Mickey does.
So yeah, I guess what I'm saying is that Kermit has a one note kind of thing and has for a long time, where he's the neurotic leader of them. Mm-hmm. Like he has to be anxious and he has to be in charge. Those are the things about Kermit the Frog. I think giving him a little more dimension, like having the thing they did on the sitcom, which was have him balance his nice part with the struggle against Miss Piggy's stuff and the new relationship. And I think that was an interesting new dimension to his character, and I think that's a good thing. Character creators and people on with characters that have been existent for decades.
Just like Noah, people like Arcs.
I think they need to be open to evolving the characters. It's not necessarily changing them.
No.
It's evolving them, showing new sides and facets of characters that we're so used to that we've never seen before. And I think that I'm kind of glad that maybe he's not on the character anymore. Maybe they can do some interesting things with Kermit now.
Well, Disney did purchase the Muppet property back in 2004.
Right.
They didn't do anything with it very much until recently with the Muppets movie, and then Muppets Most Wanted, and then Muppets TV show.
I hope they do another one of those movies.
Another movie?
Yeah, because I didn't see that last one. I heard it was not so great.
No.
But I think the Muppets are a good franchise. I think that they are important characters. I would hate to see them go away, so I hope that they bring them back in some capacity.
It's a shame is what's happening, but
maybe it's for the good.
Yes.
Is what I'm saying.
And let's move on.
Yup.
Moving on to this man.
Mr. Baldwin.
Yes. We will see if Mr. Baldwin can handle the truth.
Okay.
As he has been cast in Aaron Sorkin's rewriting of his work, A Few Good Men.
Right.
Now, I'll explain what I mean by that.
Okay.
So, just to make you feel a bit more inept, if you don't already do, Aaron Sorkin first wrote the stage play for A Few Good Men when he was 26.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Which received Broadway acclaim in 1989. He then adapted that play into what would become the 1992 feature, starring Tom Cruise, Kevin Bacon, Demi Moore, and Jack Nicholson, and would later go on to receive the nomination of Best Picture.
Yes.
Which, it's definitely a great movie. You should definitely watch it. It's like on your list of movies you should definitely watch.
Yeah.
That's got to be up to the top 10.
Top 10 movie.
Okay, maybe top 20.
Not much, but yeah, top
20. Alright. Yeah. So, the reason we have Mr. Baldwin up here is because he will be taking over the role of Colonel Nathan Jessup, a.k.a. Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
As the commander, and he shall prepare to tell the truth. If you can handle it.
Yeah.
Aaron Sorkin will be rewriting this for a live adaptation on NBC.
Okay.
That's why he's rewriting it.
Got it.
This will air on NBC sometime in the second quarter of 2018, aka the summertime.
Okay, cool. That'll be a neat little thing.
Yep, Alec Baldwin is currently the only member cast. So Matt, cast this play.
I don't know.
New white guy number 2?
Yeah, pretty much. It's just, it's not really, this isn't fun casting. This is just like, it's gonna be super, like, hit your head when they announce it. It's like, duh.
I'd see Milo Ventimiglia in this.
Sure.
I'd see him in the Tom Cruise role.
Yeah.
That seems like a good one.
So basically everybody who's already in the NBC stable, just like, have them on this thing.
Yeah. Go bring up Sterling K. Brown. He's already a lawyer.
Sure, yeah.
He knows how to do lawyer
Sterling
things.
K. Brown, just as all characters.
Yep. So, yeah, look forward to an adaptation of A Few Good Men.
Just a few of them.
Yep, just a few.
And then that brings us to
The Thrones of Games.
All right, so Game of Thrones premiered on Sunday, this past Sunday. What'd you think?
Ooh, started off so good.
Okay.
And then it kind of petered out to a typical Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
And then it got to the end where it was just no dialogue and just very dramatic.
Yeah. So this is the setup. This is the penultimate season. This is going to
Yes.
set up the ending, essentially.
Yes.
We'll know where it's going, probably,
So-
by the end of this run.
So I'm not going to talk about what I thought of the episode because Game of Thrones should be taken as a whole.
Okay.
So I'll give my whole thoughts on it at the end
The whole throne.
of the season.
Got it.
The season, not the series, the season.
Yes.
Which will end on August 27th. But what I will talk about are the numbers this thing is bringing in.
Okay.
So this past Sunday, for the live tune-in, grabbed 10 million viewers.
10 million.
10 million viewers.
I didn't even know there were 10 million subscribers to proper HBO. Now I know.
At least.
It's all of them.
Yep. However, not only that, there was an additional 6 million on streamings,
Of course.
which shattered any previous one-day record the show had at 26.5 million.
Cool.
Previously, the season high had been roughly 8 million viewers tuning in
Yeah.
for the premieres. So this pretty much blew everything
Oh,
away.
yeah, easily.
Easily.
Turns out, if you make people wait, they get even more excited for your thing.
If you add that numbers, however, those are just the rough numbers for right now. Nielsen still has to add the standard, standard live plus 3 and standard live plus 7 views, which accounts for all the encore viewings that HBO plays not only on HBO proper, but all the other HBO channels that it shows. HBO 2, HBO East, HBO Action, HBO Latino, la la la.
Ratings are weird, guys. Look it up.
Yep. Season 7 will continue through Sunday, August 27th. And in last bit of news of Game of Thrones, Ed Sheeran had to shut off his Twitter.
Yeah, he sure did.
Yeah. So, for those of you who didn't watch, there was a surprise Ed Sheeran cameo in Game of Thrones. And people kind of went, wait, what? Why?
Yeah, why is a good question.
I don't know why. I think the cameo itself didn't quite belong.
No. I wouldn't
But
say.
at the same time, it did establish only one thing, and that was, I'm just an army grunt. I have no quarrel with any of you guys at the top. I'm just doing my job. That's basically the grunt of his scene.
That's boring.
It is boring.
But so is Ed Sheeran, so it fits.
So it fits. But people were having a fit, apparently.
Well, people are weird.
Yeah. People like Max Moroff.
More off.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Anyways, let's move on. That's our TV news.
In non-Ed Sheeran news, cancellation and renewals.
Yep. Jamie Foxx still has a job.
Jamie Foxx has a job.
Yep.
Is it beat Shazam?
Yep. Second season.
Does he continue to beat Shazam?
To a pulp.
Okay.
Sec-
Beat. I want a double feature of beat Shazam and beat Bobby Flay. It's like everybody just getting beat.
just drop the Dr. Dre drops a new beat.
Or I want to see Bobby Flay try to beat Shazam.
Probably say beat Shazam.
Yeah, Bobby Flay beats Shazam. That'd be fun. Anyways.
Hey,
Shazam beats
Shazam
Body Play.
There you go.
Ha!
Yeah, that's getting the second season on Fox. We also have At Midnight. Sadly,
Yes.
will be getting canceled.
Yep.
4 seasons, which is funny because about season and a half ago, it changed from premiering at
Right.
midnight to
No.
11:30
You're right.
and ending at midnight.
Yeah.
But yeah, 600 episodes that thing had will end on August 4th.
So this will be a very melancholy Comic-Con for Chris Hardwick.
Well, he still has The Wall.
Yeah, he still has a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah. And he still has The Nerdist.
Nerdist Empire that he runs, yeah.
Yep. So Chris Hardwick is not out of a job, but all the guest comedians that he had on,
Yeah.
including Paul Tompkins, who was also a co-creator of the show.
Yeah, he'll find stuff.
Oh yeah, he's witty. He's gonna find stuff.
He's got a good Twitter.
I like him.
Anyways,
Yeah. Anyways, we also have Homecoming.
not Spider-Man Homecoming.
No, but Homecoming. This is on Amazon and is already geared up for 2 seasons. It's a new series from Mr. Robot creator Sam Esmail,
Okay.
starring Julia Roberts,
Oh.
based on the Gimlet Media podcast.
What's
We could
that?
be a TV show.
What is the Gimlet Media podcast?
I don't know. It didn't
Besides
say.
sounding kind of like us.
I don't know. It didn't say.
Okay. That doesn't help.
Yeah. Well, hey, we could be an Amazon TV show.
No, we really can't.
Well, maybe not us, but we'll get Julia Louis-Dreyfus to star as you.
Sure. Wait, what?
I mean Julia Roberts.
I was gonna say, wait, what? Julia Louis-Dreyfus, why would she be me?
Why wouldn't she be you?
That's actually a better question.
Yeah.
Never mind. Anyways,
We also have.
she's got Seinfeld money.
She got that Seinfeld.
Remember?
Your great 30 Rock
The
joke.
bit from the live 30 Rock episode.
Yes.
Like, why do you look so much prettier in your dream version of you?
My dreams
Because
have
my dream version has Seinfeld money. Anyways.
30 Rock, great. Put that on your watch list.
Yeah. Ancient reference now.
I know.
But yeah.
10-year reference, man. Actually, no, that episode was probably 7 years.
Yeah, no, not that old.
Alright. Anyways, the last new show is called Confederate from
Yeah.
HBO. It's a new drama from Game of Thrones showrunner David Benioff and D.B. Weiss, where they reimagined the Confederate States as if they did not rejoin the U.S. after the Civil War.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna briefly talk about this. I don't want to go too far.
Go ahead.
I think we maybe need to put a moratorium on the revised history shows for a little bit.
The alternate timelines?
I mean, yeah, I think Man in the High Castle, sure, did his thing. Now it's, it's done its thing.
1962?
I just don't really get what. Yeah, that too. Like, I don't know. It's like this seems like just one too many, and it feels like this is like the exact wrong time to do this.
Well,
Because for every person who's like, okay, this is an interesting kind of take, it's an interesting commentary on our current times, there's going to be another person who's going to be like, dude, this is awesome, and be actually into it for the wrong reasons, and that's what scares me.
You mean like when History Channel starts showing non-history stuff?
No, I mean that they're going to root for the wrong people is what I'm saying.
South Park already did that.
Yeah, that's what that's what I'm scared of, is I think that this might be, it's one thing that Nazis, everybody knows Nazis are terrible, but then again, we're in a time period
But we're in
right
the
now where
future.
not everybody thinks
But
Nazis
we're
are
in the
terrible.
future, so they'd be neo-Nazis.
Still, you know what I mean.
I know.
It's just, it scares me a little bit that I think this is a little too close to home, literally. But we'll see.
Dude, this is the South. It's like way over there.
You know what I mean.
Yeah, over there.
Oh.
Hey! Oh!
Yes, just
hey.
point directions. Eventually you'll point at. Okay.
Alright. And so that brings us to our losses.
Okay.
So let's cut our losses and say a bit adieu to these people.
Yeah, we had some big ones.
Oh yeah. First up, we have John Bernecker, age 34. He was a stuntman who died from an injury on set
Aw.
during a fall while filming The Walking Dead.
Jeez, okay.
He was also a stuntman on Black Panther, Logan, Get Out, Fate of the Furious,
Wow.
etc., and many more. Yeah, the busy guy. We also have Martin Landau, age 89, the Oscar winner for Ed Wood. He was the main actor. He was Ed Wood in Ed Wood.
Yeah. Yeah, also in other stuff.
Yeah, but...
He's a pretty famous actor.
Yeah, but you say what he was nominated for.
Sure.
And what he won.
Sure.
Hey, Trout home run. Big Trout home run.
Cool. But yeah.
Yeah. And then the big one that we lost, he actually did leave us, but rather went back to where he was born. George A. Romero, 77, director of Night of the Living Dead, Mr. Zombie himself.
Yes.
Although Mr. Zombie is, of course, Rob Zombie.
Well, but yes. But sad day for horror movie fans. He arguably pioneered the modern interpretation of the genre.
Yep.
Yeah, and is responsible for pretty much every zombie movie you've ever seen because they all reference Night of the Living Dead.
Yep.
So, yes, it's a sad one. So, pour out some zombie blood for Mr. Romero.
And we should go find Alex because
Alex was probably drinking profusely that night.
Yep.
But then again, she probably is drinking profusely most nights. So, anyways, is that it for deaths?
That's all I have for deaths. Unless you have someone new.
No, let's move on to video games.
Video games. I got really brief here. We're gonna run through the rest of this stuff because I don't really have a whole lot of video games or music news. But, well, we have several stuff to talk about.
Okay.
Alright, so first up, we have Mega Man Love.
That's my favorite kind of love.
This is specifically love of Mega Man as a fan game now lets you create, play, and upload Mega Man levels.
Let's call it Mega Man Maker.
Yeah, sure, why not? That sounds great.
Yeah.
Just steal from Mario Maker.
No, not, right? It's the same thing.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's called Mega Maker.
Okay, close enough.
It's just like Mario Maker, but for Mega Man. And it's a fan game, so we'll see how long this thing is up until Nintendo or Capcom comes and shuts it down. So download it now while you can.
Download now.
Alright, so that's that. Let's bring on to other Nintendo products. If you can't tell, that is Super Smash Brothers 4 as Evo.
That would be the video game fighting exposition.
Yep.
Held by the organization FGC, and it's arguably the largest competitive fighting video game gathering, happening as we speak.
Yep. So they're doing their Super Smash Brothers Wii U finals. Will be broadcasted live on Disney XD as part of their DXP programming.
They're getting into video games.
It's their whole video game. They already do a web show called Polaris.
Yep.
And they also do another web show, which is they take a bunch of YouTube clips from Let's Plays and just string them together.
Yeah. So this is an extension of that. So yes, if you like Smash and you want to see some people who are really, really good at it play, tune into Disney XD and you'll be able to see it on television proper. Right.
This is Disney XD under the programming DXP.
Yeah, that could be confusing, especially in an audio format.
Yes. Alright, and then that brings us to our last little highlight. Oh no, that's right. We have this to talk about real quick. That is PlayerUnknown's Battleground. Just a quick update for that. Its next update, coming up in about a week or a week and a half, will add a full suite of character customization options, as well as a first-person mode.
Yep.
So all of you guys clamoring for first-person mode, don't worry, it's coming.
That sounds like a game you wouldn't want a first-person mode in, though, because don't you have to be constantly looking around you for people creeping up?
Yeah.
No, that would be a bad idea. Don't do first-person mode.
The game isn't built for first-person. It's built as a far away third person.
The only time I think you go into first-person if you're aiming your sniper rifle.
Yeah.
You gotta aim down sights. Yeah, that's weird.
Weird. And that brings us to our last news and my big news of video games this weekend. Because it was D23, I warned you guys. I put it up on our website. I put it up on our Facebook page. The new Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer came out.
Yep.
And it gave me the one bit of news I was hoping to see. A date.
It did. But It's
half a date.
further away than you wanted.
Half a date. It's 2018.
It's not this year.
So not this year. Definitely next year.
So our Game of the Year talk at the end of this year will be very different than what I thought it was going to be.
Really?
Dude, if that thing would have come out, that was like an even even odds that would be what you would go with.
Right. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So anyways, Tetsuya Nomura,
Yep.
director of Kingdom Hearts 3, was on hand at D23 for a Q&A session, and let's hear what he had to say.
Okay.
First off, he was excited to bring about the new world that everyone premiered and instantly fell in love with, and everyone finally said, yes, goddammit, finally. Toy Story will be a world.
Which means the Pixar floodgates are officially open for Kingdom Hearts. So this is the only one we know of that's based on the Pixar world so far.
Apparently, right after Kingdom Hearts 2 came out, when that was finished, he said that the one world he wished he could have done was a Toy Story world.
So yeah, he finally got his wish.
Yep, he got
the screenshots from that thing look good.
Oh yes.
The character models for the Toy Story characters look probably even better than the original Toy Story. So that goes to show you how far we've come as video games in the last forever.
Yep. So yes, like I said, we did get a release date of sometime in 2018. Whether that will be pushed back remains to be seen.
Mm-hmm.
But at least we know that they are somewhat close to finishing the game.
Yeah.
I say it's going to come out in spring, March, which is where the first one and the second one came out. However, this does also seem like a big hitter, so I can also see this coming out in October, which if it does, clear my calendar. That's the only thing I'm playing for my birthday.
Fair enough.
Alright, so in terms of actual news, the story of Toy Story will actually take place in Toy Story Universe after the events of Toy Story 2.
Right. So it's in between 2 and 3.
Yes, and will follow its canon timeline rather than taking place in a parallel storyline. Development on Big Hero 6 World, he said, is going well, and that the next information about it should be on its way shortly, whether in Famitsu or in a couple months, Tokyo Game Show.
Okay, cool.
Which is where my money's going to be on.
Yeah, I bet.
He also said that the number of Disney worlds in Kingdom Hearts 3 will be less than there was in Kingdom Hearts 2.
Yeah.
Now,
but
he says this because the Kingdom Hearts universe itself has expanded to create its own worlds. Plus, we could also possibly get a Final Fantasy world.
Right.
That's not out of the realms. Or we could also see a Xenoblade world.
Possible. But also, it probably is also just a case of the worlds being larger and there are more to be done in them, probably.
That's actually what I was going to say next.
Yeah.
There were 12 worlds in Kingdom Hearts 2, which means there will be less than a dozen Disney-specific worlds, but they will be vast and have more content in them than any of the previous worlds. The number of cutscenes in the Final Fantasy VII Remake is greater than that of the Kingdom Hearts 3. So, expect Final Fantasy VII to be a movie then?
Yeah. Or at least a lot more CG.
Yeah.
Moving on.
We also have... he also explained the reason for the delay of Kingdom Hearts 3. And he mainly pointed to the Switch. To the Unreal Engine 4. Saying that after a year of development, the company, not him, but the company, Square Enix, did a company-wide switch to the Unreal Engine 4.
Yeah, because before it was going to run on a adapted version of whatever the Final Fantasy 13 engine was or something.
Yeah. Sparkle or...
Sparkle.
I don't know.
Let's call it Sparkle.
I don't know why that name came to mind.
Yeah, let's call it Sparkle.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, so it wasn't really going to be an in-house engine. Then Unreal Engine 4 came out, and the studio just basically said, make everything look like that.
Basically.
So they had to scrap all the original models and basically start from scratch after a year of development.
Right.
Story-wise, they didn't change. It was just all of the content had to be redone. He also mentioned that they are making way for DLC to become available. He's quoted saying, as should something like that happen, we must be able to accommodate now for download content. We're not confirming nor denying either way, but I have informed my team that they should make preparations for it.
Okay.
Meaning, should a Disney property come out and be super popular, say Star Wars or Avengers, you could see a separate story of the new world popping up in the form of DLC.
That would be smart. That would be a way to keep that game going.
Yeah. Whether they'll do season... Right now, he says... Right now, there is no DLC for it. Yeah. They're not planning on DLC for it. That doesn't mean there won't be any DLC.
It also probably depends on how well that thing sells.
Yeah.
Because if it doesn't do that well, then we're probably not looking at it.
Right. If we're looking at something like Final Fantasy 15, where it does well, but then immediately drops off.
Yeah.
But
there's a pretty good reason for this to probably do better than any previous Kingdom Hearts, because of the next thing that you were probably going to say, which is this is confirmed to be both released on PlayStation and Xbox One.
Yeah.
Before, it was an assumption that people were making.
No, it wasn't. Okay, so it wasn't an assumption.
Yeah.
It was put in at the end of all the trailers that it was going to be on both PS4 and Xbox One.
So I guess it's reconfirmed.
It's been reconfirmed because at the end of this most recent trailer,
it said the same.
It said the same thing, both coming to PS4 and Xbox One. That being said, look out for when this city comes out for Xbox to get a full saga release of every single game, so people can play them.
Yeah.
And get caught up on the story.
That'd be smart.
And then expect the same thing on PlayStation 4 for people who did not buy the 1 and 2 HD expansions.
Yeah, they should do that.
I should do that?
No, it says they should do that.
Oh, yeah, they should. They'll do that probably. What I hope they do is that they just bundle it all with a new system.
Yeah.
Whichever, I guess either Sony or Microsoft will put up the most money.
That's a tricky one.
Yeah. That also being said, because this is running off the Xbox One, it'll be interesting to see if this thing goes 4K.
Right.
I'm talking true 4K.
By this time, yes, the X will have been released.
Yes.
So yeah, that'll be interesting to see.
Yep, whether they take advantage of that power of the PS4 Pro HDR and all those good goodies.
Those good goodies.
Because should this thing come out in true native 4K, we may be upgrading our TV.
Maybe. We'll see.
Or we probably will. I'm that much of a fan. So, Doctor, birthday wishes. Anyways, let's go on to our final topics of music and Billboard.
Billboard. So, your Hot 100, your singles list, has barely moved. Your number one song in the country is still Despacito. Your number two song in the country, moving up a notch, Wild Thoughts by DJ Khaled. Moving above the number three song, which is another DJ Khaled, I'm the One. Number four, That's What I Like, Bruno Mars. And number five, Shape of You by Ed Sheeran.
Now for the albums.
Your album list, your Billboard 200. Top of the list, like I called last week, 444 by Jay-Z is your number one album. Followed shortly by 21 Savage with Issa album. Number three is Dan Kendrick Lamar. Number four, moving down from previous week's, Grateful by DJ Khaled. And number five, Defied by Ed Sheeran.
Brings us to new releases.
It does.
We have Avery Taylor with Eucalyptus.
Avery Taylor.
Missed the R. Avery Taylor with Eucalyptus. Childhood with Universal High. Dan Kroll, Emerging Adulthood. Foster the People with a new album, Sacred Hearts Club. Goldfinger with The Knife. I Set My Friends on Fire with their album,
Okay.
Caterpillar Sex.
Okay.
Little Timmy, what album do you want?
Caterpillar Sex by I Set My Friends on Fire. God, okay.
We have In This Moment with their album Ritual. That new Lana Del Rey album, Lust for Life, finally comes out.
That thing's out. Jeez.
Meek Mill with Wins and Losses. 9 Inch Nails announced literally last week that they have a new album coming out called Add Violence.
Yep.
We have Sarah Evans with Words.
Oh. There's words on it?
Yeah. Apparently just words.
Okay.
We have the Chris Robinson Brotherhood, or the Chris Robinson Brotherhood, with Barefoot in the Head.
Huh? Okay.
We have Tyga with the most Tyga album name you could probably think of.
Alright.
Bitch, I'm the Shit 2.
That's the second one.
The second one.
The long-awaited sequel to Bitch, I'm the Shit.
Yes. As if you didn't know.
Uh-huh.
And then, lastly, Tyler, the Creator, with
Yes.
Scum Fuck Flower Boy.
Although, today, this broke probably after you wrote that.
Probably.
That he has said now that is not necessarily the name of that thing.
Okay.
He says that he has not confirmed the name yet.
Ugh. Alright.
Still ain't gonna beat Caterpillar Sex. So yeah,
Nothing
nothing
beats Caterpillar Sex.
really nothing on my radar this week, but I'll probably force myself to listen to that Lana Del Rey.
Hey, I like that one song. She did.
She's alright.
Yeah.
She's okay.
Like I said, I can't. Now that this album is out, can't wait for everyone to remix her album.
Yes. She has another song, by the way, that has summertime in the name,
Yeah.
in its title. So it's it's inevitable now.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's not that strong of a week, but we'll see. Do you have music news?
I do have music news.
All right.
And this first bit of news has to deal with our top 10 and 100.
Oh well, what?
The top 100, top 200. As the Nielsen's.
Oh, those are ratings, guys. Speaking of ratings, it's been like ratings episode.
Yeah. The Nielsen's has released their mid-year report. And can you guess what is the most consumed genre of the United States?
It's always country, always will be country, always has been country.
No longer the case.
Wow, is it?
R&B and hip-hop is now the most consumed genre, with 25% of the U.S. consumption.
I'm shocked.
Beating out rock with 23%.
Oh, wow. I'm extra shocked.
Yeah. However, rock still claimed about 40% of all album sales in the U.S.
Sure.
Meanwhile, Shape of You by Ed Sheeran is considered the most popular streamed song.
Yeah.
And Kendrick Lamar's Damn is the most popular streamed album.
Yeah, that checks out.
As both of them have continuously been on our list.
They have.
Yep. And that's just a little tidbit I found.
Well, interesting.
Yeah.
Data.
Yep. Now we're going to talk about this guy. That is Earl Simmons.
Uh-huh.
He has been arrested on Thursday for tax fraud. He goes by his rapper name, DMX.
Yes.
Yes. Federal prosecutors in New York say he conducted a multi-year scheme to hide millions in income from the IRS to skirt about $1.7 million in existing tax liabilities.
Oof.
He's pleaded not guilty.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
Yep. He pleaded not guilty on Friday and was released on a $500,000 bond. The case will resume on August 1st, where he's been charged on 14 counts related to tax evasion between 2002 and 2005, and that he didn't file personal income tax returns between 2010 and 2015.
Well, nice going, dude.
Despite earning more than $2.3 million. They got this number because he was getting paid while on that Dr. Rehab show.
Oh, right.
Yeah. The IRS is claiming that he has skewed personal bank accounts, created bank accounts in others' names, and covered his expenses with cash. So, we got another one on tax fraud.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
Yeah. DMX.
Woof.
Yep.
It's kind of his thing.
He woofs.
Just dog noises.
Woof woof.
A lot of barks and growling. It's kind of his signature. Keep going.
No, that's the story.
That's it?
That's the story for him.
Yeah.
No, then we got our last story of the day. involving this guy. Woo! That's Michael Jackson.
Actually, there is something else that was music tangential that I'll be brief about after you're done with this.
Alright, put it in the bits.
I just remembered.
Alright, Michael Jackson has a new album coming out.
Another posthumous album.
Yes. However, no one will be able to listen to it.
Okay.
This new album will be comprised of a collection of a dozen tracks on a CD labeled Bible.
Okay.
And is being auctioned off later this month to one person.
Uh-huh.
Only one person will have this CD in all existence.
Okay.
The CD is quote, from the personal friend and personal assistant to Michael, whose family was very close to Michael for many years, and is of master quality.
Okay.
9 of the tracks have never been heard publicly.
Huh.
But the other 3, including Monster, Breaking News, and Keep Your Head Up, all appeared on the posthumous album Michael back in 2010.
So, does it say what time period this was recorded in?
No.
What era of his career?
No, just unreleased tracks.
Interesting, okay.
However, the highest bidder will not own the rights to the music,
Oh, so they can't upload it on the internet and sell it.
and thus can't release it to the public.
Right, so this is for them
Rather,
and their friends.
They will win the CD, which contains the songs.
Yeah.
This is a 12 songs album on a compact disc.
Right.
That's it. It's being sold up for auction with other Michael Jackson memorabilia, and only one person will have this thing in all existence. Expect this thing to go for mucho bucos,
I bet.
and then never to be heard from again.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. So if you're a Michael Jackson collector, one, thank you for listening to our show. I'm glad you picked us.
Yeah, I don't know very where you could go. We're not even a Michael Jackson podcast. But yeah.
Two, yeah. Hopefully you win.
Yeah, that too. Last news story. This made the rounds on Monday. R. Kelly
Oh, yeah.
is back in the news.
Oh, yeah.
But not for things that you'd want him to be. Not for things where R. Kelly would want you to be in the news for.
But it's very R. Kelly of him.
It was very
To
R.
be in
Kelly
the
of
news
him.
for this.
R. Kelly was back in the news as it was revealed that he has some sort of cult around him of women that are presumably sexually involved with him. The only reason why this was brought up is because, I guess, people close with the women found out that they are being kept from access to their friends and family. AKA, basically, when you join the R. Kelly sex cult, you're not released from the R. Kelly sex cult.
Sounds like a terrible band name,
It
by the
does.
way.
R. Kelly sex cult.
R. Kelly sex
Give
cult.
it 15 years. But yeah, it doesn't look good for R. Kelly. Of course, R. Kelly was very quick to deny the accusations and say that everything that was going on, it was purely 100% consensual. There is a conversation here that needs to be had, I think,
Yep.
with about the consent of a relationship like this. I was speaking to a couple people two different times with some knowledge about this information, about this kind of scenario. It seems like there are ways where this can be consensual, and there are ways that this kind of sexual approach can work for both sides. However, it sounds like R. Kelly is not that person. So, as it sounds, it seems like what he's doing is definitely not the best way to treat it, is not good for the women involved, and is definitely against the law. So hopefully he cleans up his act and the women are allowed access to the things that they desire, whether it be family, basic needs, etc. Because ultimately, yes, the concern here is for the women. No one gives a crap about R. Kelly. However, my unfortunate joke in the car before I knew the graveness of the actual situation. My joke in the car was, man, this is going to be a weird next segment of Trapped in the Closet.
That's still going on.
He's still writing it.
Still writing it.
That thing never ends. As long as R. Kelly is alive, there will be more
Didn't that
Trapped
thing
in
end
the
up
Closet.
becoming a dream at one point?
I think at one point it did.
No, that was his other song. It was only just a dream.
The treasure closet just keeps going. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, that's probably it for music news. Real quick bits about stuff I listened to. I listened to the new Waxahachie, Into the Storm. It's very good. I listened to the new Japanese Breakfast. It's also very, very good. There's a song on that album called Jimmy Fallon Big. Thought you'd enjoy that. And I also listened to... There's a third thing. Oh yeah, the new Katie Allen. Katie Allen is a band by the lead singer that used to be in the band Chumped, who broke up. This is her new project with I believe, the drummer from that band as well. Also very good. So those three are good picks if you want to seek something out. So yeah, that's music.
Sweet.
And with that, that'll do it. We have nothing else. That was the Media Boat Podcast.
I got nothing else. Alright, let's shut this off.
Right, we need to wrap up. So, we have a website, MediaBoatPodcast.com.
If you haven't been listening to us, try and plug it as much as we could.
Yeah, MediaBoatPodcast.com is where you can go for all our news stories, features, reviews, which we call thoughts on the site, and more. All of this and more on MediaBoatPodcast.com. You can help us out with money if you go to patreon.com/MediaBoat. You can help us out with as little of $1 a month. Just $1 will give you exclusive content. Will also help us afford to make this podcast and make even more content and make even cooler things for you, both on the show and on the website. You can catch us live every week here on YouTube. We're live at 8 o'clock p.m. Pacific time. You can also find archives on the YouTube channel, and you can leave comments and like and subscribe. You can also find us on iTunes, our audio version of the podcast, Media Boat Podcast. You can find us on Podbean, where we host our shows. You can find us... Is that a Podbean?
Oh, you're looking at me?
Yes, I finally realized you were doing that. And you can also find us on twitch.tv/MediaBoat, where you can find us streaming video games every once and a while. Twitter.com.
Oh, that reminds me.
We are at MediaBoatCast. Facebook, we are at MediaBoat Podcast.
So,
yes.
Real quick, I have been playing New Game Plus on Horizon Zero Dawn.
You have, yes.
Because I leveled myself all the way up, I got all the weapons and all the armor, and platinum the game before they gave me an platinum. This game's kind of easy, but I'm glad I'm going through it again because that story's really great. It's a really great story. It's really great gameplay and combat.
Yep.
And it makes me remember why I fell in love with that game in the first place.
Newsflash, Horizon's still good.
Yep.
So check it out.
Yep. And with that should bring us to the end.
So have a good week. We'll see you guys next week at 8 o'clock on YouTube
Yep.
Live.
We'll have a bunch of Comic-Con stuff for you to talk about.
So check it out next week. Bye.
Bye.
YouTube After Show.
YouTube After Show.
Okay, what do we got?
2 comments. 1. Hi, dudes. Waving hand emoji.
Hey.
And Oprah's also all over Weight Watchers, so she hasn't disappeared completely.
That's true. I wonder if that pun was intended.
Oh, it was. She put an LOL at the end.
That's pretty good.
But that's it.
That's true. She's still around, but yes.
Yes.
Cool.
Ha.
She's still around.
She's still around.
All right. See you guys next week.
Thank you guys for watching. See us next week, 8 o'clock, right here on YouTube. Beat 'em Up Podcast.
Like, subscribe.
Yep.
Hit the button. You know what to do. Okay, bye.
All right, we hit the button. Stop us. Bye.
Bye.